Hi there, it's David Baer with Baer on Marketing and Advisor Inbound. In today's video, we're going to talk about how you can take your blog content and repurpose it as a video. Now, for a lot of financial advisors out there, one of the biggest concerns about creating content is making sure that it is fully compliant with all regulatory requirements. And so if you've gone to the trouble of getting approval to post content on your website as a blog, why not take advantage of the fact that that's already been approved and use that very same content in a different format? Well, a lot of blogs can easily be turned into videos if you know the shortcuts, right? You don't have to be a master at creating videos in order to do this. There's one piece of software out there that I really love that I use a lot called Content Samurai. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works when you're taking a blog and repurposing it into a video. And for that purpose, I've actually taken this blog. It's a random blog that I found. May or may not be a financial advisor's blog. I'm actually not sure. But it's sort of the right type of content, right? So it's called Financial Tips for Women Getting Divorced. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm not suggesting that you take somebody else's content. I'm just using this for purposes of an example, right? So I'm going to go over to my Content Samurai application here. There's a link in the notes here so that you can get details on how you can grab this piece of software. And I'm going to say, now there's a bunch of different options here. Write from an article or blog post is the option that I'm going to take, but you could also select, a sales video or an online course. There's a whole bunch of other different styles of videos that you can create. In this case, I'm going to do the video from an article or blog post. And there's a whole bunch of different designs that I might choose from, or I could even customize my own design if I want. But in this case, let's just go ahead and choose, I don't know, let's, I often like to use this citrus mist one. So let's go ahead and use this template. And the next thing it's going to ask is, well, first I'm going to put the title of the video there, and then here's the title of the article. I'm going to go ahead and grab the article's script itself. There was that little, there we go, that little quote right in the middle that I wanted to jump over, right? This is a pretty long article, so I may not do the entire thing at the moment. Let's see, up to before the bonus tips, right? So let's go ahead and stop it there, because this is going to be a fairly long article if we keep it going. And then I'm going to just, everything is pre-checked here, so keep all of these things checked in this case to make it super fast, or you can customize as you want. And I'm going to hit create slides for your video. Now, what is happening is Content Samurai is actually going out there and reading through the script and finding images, or you could actually include video clips as well. This is a new feature that they've just added recently. And it's going to find the right content to then put image-wise alongside the text that you have for your blog post. Okay. Now this is a whole lot of slides, 117, and I might actually want to shorten this up a little bit. You can see this is kind of how the slides ring out. And so what I do at this point is I would go through and I would find places where maybe the images do or don't work very well for the script, and I would adjust them, and it's very easy to adjust them. So let's say, this is a series of 3 different slides, and it's going to change the text over it, and maybe I don't like this one, so I want to change this one. Look for other images for the word mom, because it likes the word mom here in the, okay, so I like this one better, let's say. And so I'll go ahead and switch it out, and you can see it's actually, oops, that's not the one, right? 1, 2, 3 have now been switched out. Okay. Now, the other thing that I can go through and look for is it's trying to figure out what the important word is to highlight, so that if somebody's kind of going through this visually, looking at the slides, but not really reading along or listening to the audio that you might have to accompany it, they'll understand in general. And so maybe I don't like this word. I might unbold that, and maybe I want the words smoothly and safely to be the keywords here. And again, maybe I'll decide that I want to change this this background as well. Anyway, it really takes just a handful of minutes, maybe 10 minutes to go through and do all of this. Let's say I've actually gone through and I've found what I want to have here in terms of slides, the next step is to deal with the audio. Now there's a couple of different options here. I can go through and either leave it music only, I could have it automatically do a voiceover, and they have several different computerized voices with accents for UK as well as Australia and the USA. And since this is an audience for women, maybe I will have one of the female voices used there. Or I could actually go through and record my own voice track. So I would hit record. In this case, I'm using the microphone to record something else right now, but I'd hit record and then I would read each of these. Then I'd move along to the next one and record that as well. Or I could upload a voice track. I really like the auto voice or the recording my own voice if I'm going to have a voiceover, as opposed to uploading my own voice track. But it's to each his own. Okay. Then I would go through. No, I actually didn't do any recording, so let's go back to music only. I'll go through here and hit the preview. Oh, okay, and so it says that there's some sentences that don't have recordings. Let's go back and click music. Okay, now it's going to go ahead and put together a preview. Again, this is just with the music, but I'll have a sense of what it's going to look like timing-wise. If I had an audio recording, I could choose the music track that I want, or I could upload my own music if I want. I can add a watermark to the slides if I want to, put my little logo or something up there. And so, here's what it might look like, just to give you a sense of how this looks in the background, right? So they're really quite appealing to the eye. And again, it's the same content that you've already used somewhere else. So it's really easy to then just get this reapproved because it's the same exact content. Okay. Now, finally, you can go through. You can adjust the timing of individual slides and stuff if you want. Pretty intuitive. It's very clean, very easy to follow how this works. Let's say I say it looks good, and then I would simply generate my video, download it, and then I would upload it to YouTube, embed it on my website, share it on whatever appropriate social media platforms it might make sense to share it on as well. So that's it. We went from a blog post over here into a finalized video using Content Samurai. Once again, there's a link in the description of this video to learn more about Content Samurai and how you can get started with it today.